All right, welcome to Pilates, guys. My name is Jenny. Good morning. And we're gonna just get started on our mat, which is where we always are. So here we go. Go ahead and start in a nice seat. Carting my phone around. It's my music source over here. So if you want to make your own music, you can do that. Turn on the radio, whatever you got. Or you can do it in silence. It's up to you. All righty. We're just gonna go ahead and find a nice comfortable seat here. Flex your feet and then point your toes. Flex your feet and then point your toes. Flex and point. Flex and point. Good. Go ahead and bring those feet onto the ground. Sit up nice and tall. Then we're going to just warm up our spine by going into a C curve. So go ahead and round through your spine. Chin to chest. Hang on to those legs. And then sit up nice and tall, super tall. Pull your chest through, maybe let your head go back. Good, and then chin to chest as you round. Good, and then sit up nice and tall. Bring your chest through, maybe let your head go back. Good, and then rounding through that spine, feel it out. And then sit up nice and tall again. Letting your head go back, maybe. Good, one more time, rounding through. And then sit up nice and tall. Maybe let your head go back. Good, and then you're gonna take those legs out nice and long. And I want you to just round over, reaching for your toes. Good, and then go ahead and take your left hand out to the side as you take that right arm up and over. Just nice side stretch here. Good, and then rounding over those legs, passing through middle, taking your other hand to the side, other arm up, nice side stretch on the other side. Good, and then rounding through center, taking a moment here. And back to the first side, just getting a nice stretch. Maybe open up your chest a little bit. And then round back over those legs. And reaching up and over. And then rounding over those legs one more time. Go ahead and sit up nice and tall. Stack your vertebrae right on top of each other. All righty, let's take some Pilates roll ups. So whenever you're ready, tuck your chin to your chest, rolling all the way down. Arms reach overhead. And then bring those arms up, chin to chest as you roll up, reaching all the way over those legs. Good. Go ahead and grab onto your right leg and lift it up. You can grab onto your ankle or your calf, sitting up nice and tall. Good. Breathe. And then let that leg come down as you come back over your legs. Nice stretch. And then rolling back down, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way. Arms reach overhead. And then arms reach up. Good. And stretch over those legs. And then grabbing onto that left leg, taking it up, standing up as tall as you can. Good. Breathe it out. And taking it back down, stretching over those legs. And rolling back down. Arms reaching overhead. And then taking those arms back up. And reach over those legs. Good. One more each side. So taking that first right leg up. Really stretching into it. And if you want, you already were working on your strength, you can take your arms off, or you can continue to work on the stretch. It's up to you. And then let that leg go down, stretch over your legs. And roll down. Last one of these, taking those arms overhead. Using your control, trying to keep your heels on the ground. Good, reach over those legs. And then take that left leg up. Again, really working on this stretch here, trying to pull it up nice and tall as you sit up tall. And if you already want to work on some strength, maybe you let it go. Or if you're still working on that stretch, that's fine. We'll do plenty of core, no worries. Good, and then let it go. Holding over those legs, flex your feet this time. Just get a little deeper stretch through the back of those legs. Good, and then sit up tall. You're going to bring those feet onto the ground. And we're going to come into a tabletop. So I suggest you point your fingers towards your hips. And whenever you're ready, you're just going to lift those hips up. Good. Trying to get your chest up as well, not drop down in the shoulders. Roll the shoulders back. You can let your head fall back, or you can keep your chin to your chest. Up to you. Breathe. Good. Trying to keep those hips up. And then from here, you can tuck your chin to your chest. And you're just going to try to lift your heels up and down, up and down, up and down. If you need to put your hips down, you can. Otherwise, try to stay in your tabletop. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift your hips a little higher. Maybe let your head go back again. And then lower those hips back down. Good. Coming onto your forearms. Having your feet flat on the ground. Good. You're going to take one leg out. Bring it in. Out. Set it down. Other leg out. Bring it in. Out. And down. Out. In. Out. And down. Out. In. Out. And down. Keep going. Out. In. Out. Down. Out. In. Out. Down. Good. Sitting up nice and tall. Having those hands still right behind you. Fingertips towards you. Making our way back up into a bridge. Lift those hips up. Maybe let your head fall back. Good. Now, if you need to, you can always be bridge from right here. Yes. With your shoulders on the ground. Otherwise, keep those hips up. And then bring your chin to your chest maybe. And lift those heels up, down, up, up. Good. Working through those feet. Working through a lot here. Good. Breathe. All right. 4, 3. Try to keep your hips up. 2, and 1. Good. Lift those hips higher. Maybe let your head go back. Good. And then lower those hips down. Stretch those legs out. Flex your feet. Inhale, arms reach up. And exhale over those legs. Nice. And then you're going to sweep those elbows behind you. Good. And now our legs are out straight. So you're going to bring one knee in, extend. And if you want, you can keep it hovered. So you bring the other knee in and extend. First knee, extend. Second knee, extend. If you want to put your heels on the ground for a little extra support, you can. Otherwise, leave those legs covered. Good, one more each side. And let that go. Excellent. Make your way back on up to those hands. They're going to face your hips. This time you're going to leave your legs out straight. Roll the shoulders back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your hips up off the ground. And again, you can look back or you can keep your chin to your chest. Good. Breathe. Finding those stability muscles here. Good. Let your hips lower down. Flex your feet. Inhale, arms reach up. And exhale over those legs. Excellent. You should be getting warmed up by now. Maybe not feeling hot and sweaty, but getting warmer. Your muscles at least are getting warmer. Go ahead and come back onto your elbows here. Alrighty. And then we're going to take your knees up like so. Cool. And then go ahead and try to take your elbows off the ground, keeping your spine where it's at, nice and long. Good. Breathe. Good. And then bring those elbows back down. Excellent. We're going to go both legs at the same time, or you can go one at a time, up to you. And tap. Knees in, legs long, knees in, and tap. Knees in, legs long, knees in, and tap. Knees in, legs long, knees in, and tap. So remember, you can always go one at a time. Yes. Trying to keep that control. Breathe through it. Don't forget your tap down, knees in. And tap, go one more. Good, alrighty, put your feet, extend your legs out long. Try to kind of raise up through your chest here and see if you can float those elbows up off the ground. Good, and then bring your elbows back underneath you, bring your knees back up, all the way up towards your chest. Excellent. And then you're just going to drop your legs to one side and bring them back to center. So your knees don't have to stay glued together, especially if your hips are really tight right now. Just letting the weight of those legs do a lot of the work here. Good. Just letting them fall side to side. Going at kind of a slower pace here, so we're really working on those stability muscles today. We get more cardio whenever we go faster, but we get more stability muscles when we go slower. So take your knees a little bit out further from you. So know that if you ever need to, you can come back to having your knees here. Otherwise, you're going to start to take your knees out a little longer and bring it back in. Okay, working into some of those lower abdominals now. As we take it side to side. Always an option too. If you need to, you can place your toes on the ground and just let those knees drop side to side. Otherwise, leave them hovered. Good. Bring those legs out long, sit up nice and tall, arms reach up. And then fold over, flex your feet. Awesome. Something about these holds takes a different kind of strength, right? Alrighty. Place your hands behind you, fingertips face you, lift those hips up. You can let your head fall back or keep your chin to your chest. And then let those hips come back down. Excellent. Reach for your toes one more time. And then go ahead and let those elbows slide behind you. Bring those legs up. So go ahead and tap your toes on the ground and then just hover them off. You're going to go back to the side-to-side motion, adding on. So taking it side, you can extend maybe just your top leg, bring it back. And other side. Again, try and keep your toes hovering. If you need to, you can tap them down. Maybe you take it to one side and you like extend both those legs. Bring it back in. Let it go to the other side. So thinking about having that nice diagonal of your knees away from you. Again, a little bit easier is if your knees are up here. Good. Trying to stay on both your elbows. Ooh. Try to keep your chest lifted. That'll help kind of keep that weight in your elbows so you don't rock back and forth. When you start to collapse, when things get a little shaky, right? I'm not doing capoeira today. So try lift your chest up. Try to keep telling your knees to stay away from you. Good, let those legs go out long. Reach up, flex your feet, fold over. Nice, and then point your toes, sweep your hands behind you, lift your hips up one more time. Excellent. Alrighty, go ahead and sit on up. And then take your feet together. Make sure that I have space here. Alrighty, we're gonna do some of those seal claps, yes? And your core should be nice and warmed up by now. So if you haven't done these before, all you do is you're gonna hang on to your ankles. Traditionally, you're gonna reach underneath your ankles, lifting those heels up off the ground. I like to not be a pretzel, so I just put my hands on top. So all you do is you're gonna take your heels off the ground and then take those toes off the ground. Balance here. Now you're gonna rock back, tap your toes twice, rock up, try to balance, tap your toes twice, yes? So you rock back, tap twice, rock forward, tap twice. Good, going at your own pace. Having a little fun. If you need a little more support, you can always have your hands on the ground, tapping and tapping, yes? Or if you really want to challenge yourself and play, you just have those hands on your ankles. Double tap. Think of it as like your feet are like clapping, applauding you for doing it, right? You're like, oh, you made it, yay. And we made it here, yay. Go a few more. One more round. You're gonna be seated up. Sit it up, whenever you get here. Just gonna bring those feet together. Bring your hands behind you, sit up nice and tall. So pressing into your hands, try to get your knees closer to the ground. You can almost be like hovering your butt off the ground, not quite. And then fold over those legs. Awesome. Alrighty, go ahead and come on back. And then lift those legs up in the air. Alrighty. So we're gonna do all this from our back, and then we're gonna do all of it from a shoulder stance. So just note that if you don't want to do a shoulder stand, you can do all of this from your back. But doing shoulder stand is really good for thyroid, which regulates all your hormones and all the good stuff. So If you can do a shoulder stand, do it. It also evidently cures hangovers and headaches, but I'm not sure how much I believe that. There you go. Now you know. So for now, we're going to just have our legs up in the air. Yes. All right. And then you're going to bring your leg down and back up. Other leg down and up. Down and up. Down and up. So that's one each side, or excuse me, two each side. You're going to scissor out for 2, 1, 2. Good. Trace it down and up, down and up. One more each side. And then scissor open, wide, back in, wide, back in. Good. Down and up, knee to your chest for now. And then open and out and in, out and in. Trace down. So you're kind of memorizing this verbiage right now, and then out and in. Because whenever you are in shoulder stand, you will not want to move your head side to side, okay? So you'll just have to follow my voice when we get there. Down, 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 and down. Out and in for 2, 1. Good, bringing your legs back together. Excellent. And you're going to drop one knee and up, drop one foot and up, 1 and up, 1 and up. So whenever you come back up, squeeze your thigh. Think down, squeeze your thigh. And trying to get it up towards the ceiling, which may be kind of rough on those hamstrings, depending on your flexibility, but we just stretched those out quite a bit. So really reach for that ceiling. Again, really try to firm up those quads each time you straighten your leg. Excellent. And then go ahead and take those legs wide. And just bring your hands to the inside to help assist with that stretch. Excellent. And then bring your legs back together. Lace your hands by your side. Let those legs come open again. And then you're going to bend your knees, tap your toes, extend, then tap your toes, extend, then tap those toes. Extend, one more, tapping those toes and extend. Alrighty, bring those legs back overhead and we're just gonna scissor them. So while you are on your back, you're gonna roll your chin to your chest. You're gonna take one leg in and switch, and switch, 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 switch. So if you already know you're gonna stay on your back, just memorize all these essentially modifications they will become once we are in shoulder stand. Awesome, bringing both legs up and let it go. I'm just spatially wise in my house. I'm gonna end up on my TV. I'm gonna be over here whenever we're doing all these for shoulder stand. Alrighty. So if you're unfamiliar with shoulder stand, all you're going to do is bring those knees up towards your face and then bring those hips up off the ground. Walk your hands underneath up to your back. So you get those legs up nice and straight in the air. Alrighty, and then we have those traces. So one leg down and back up, next leg down and up, first leg down and up, next leg down and up. 2 splits open, take it wide and up, wide and up. Good, trace it down, bend your knee to your face, knee to your face, knee to your face, knee to your face, and then scissor open. 1 and 2, good. Last round, knee to your face, knee to your face, knee to your face, knee to your face. 2 open here. And open. Good, taking your legs up straight. You're just gonna bend at the knee, heel towards your butt, and extend. Again, try to work on those calves, your quads. Squeeze your quads as you straighten your legs. Just dropping one heel, lifting. Good. Should be on your last leg. Take it back up. Open up those legs into a V and then tap your toes and extend. Tap your toes together and extend. So bending at your knees, tapping your toes, extend, tap, extend, tap, extend, tap, extend, tap, extend. Bring those legs back up. Last exercise while you're here, dropping one overhead and switching out, dropping one overhead, take it back up, drop overhead, back up. If you're on your back, you're just doing double pulses. If you feel super stable, you can come into kind of like a, what do you call that? Splits here, or you can just leave one leg over, pointing towards the ceiling. It's up to you. Nice, bring them both up. You're gonna bend your knees, slide your hands down your hips, and roll back up. Nice, and then just go ahead and lay on the ground. Take these legs and place your feet flat on the ground. Then come up to your elbows. We're just gonna do a reverse stretch from that. Good, and just let your head fall back. Nice. Just a little different, yeah? Go ahead and take it back down. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Just wrap around. Kind of stretching out our shoulders a little bit here. So if you can't quite wrap, you're just going to try. You can even take your knees a little bit wider. Find your hands maybe. Or you can take your hands onto your knees. Just press those knees a little bit away from you so you get that nice stretch through your shoulders. It's a gentle one. It's not like you're really feeling a deep stretch, right? Good. All righty. And then bring your feet flat onto the ground. Take your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Arms out to the side, out to a T. Nice. And then you're going to let your knees fall to one side. Good stretch here. And then bring those knees back up and simply let them fall to the other side. Good, bring those knees back up. Nice, round your chin to your chest. Bring your knees in towards your face. Here we go. And we're just gonna do some double pulses on our back. Woo-hoo. So go ahead and straighten one and hold, switch and hold, switch and switch. Good. Pulse for two, pulse for two, pulse for two, pulse for two. Good. Chin to chest, belly button towards your spine or towards the ground. Make sure you're breathing in, two, out, two, in, two, out, two, in, two, out, two, in, two, out, two. Good. Bring both knees in. Go ahead and lay your head down. Hands can be underneath your bum or right next to you. Take those legs up. Good. And just dropping one and lift, one and lift, one and lift. If you're like, I don't know, this seems easy, just place your hands on your core and you'll see you're using your abs. Both show. Nice. Alrighty, taking both legs back up. You're going to go ahead and curl chin to your chest. You can bring your hands to your temples or behind your head. We're going to do that same leg drop, but if you want, you can add a twist. So if I drop my left leg, I'm going to twist to the right and back through center, twisting left, back through center, twist through center. If you want, you can do just the leg drops. Take the twist out. It's up to you. Trying to get those legs up and as straight as you can. Good. And let it go, bend those knees. They can hover or you can place your feet flat on the ground. Up to you. Go ahead and place those feet on the ground and then just windshield wiper those knees side to side a little bit. Awesome. Alrighty, we're just going to take a stretch while we're on our back here. Then we're going to get up, clearly. All right, so bring your foot as if it's flat to the ceiling and then bend your knee and hug that knee into your chest. If that's super easy, you can grab your foot or you can grab it along your calf. Try to bring that knee to the ground next to your armpit. Okay. Just a nice bent leg stretch here. Working into your hips a different way. Good, and then release that foot next to your other one. And then bring your knee up. Flex your foot to the ceiling. And just trying to get that knee bent in towards your chest, hanging on behind your thigh. And again, if you need to level up a little bit, you're just going to walk your hand up your calf, trying to bring that knee maybe to your armpit. Maybe you find your foot. Just think about your foot staying flat to the ceiling. Good, and then let that foot go. Awesome. Then go ahead and roll over onto your side, sitting yourself all the way up. And then don't move your legs at all because we're going to come into a nice side plank here. Yes? Which is kind of like let your head resettle, okay? And then take it down into side plank. So what you're going to do is you're going to keep your elbow on the ground. If you prefer to do side plank on your hand, you can totally do that. If you're trying to save your wrists, you can be on your elbow. Yeah, if you're trying to save your elbow, be on your hand. That easy. All righty. Go ahead and come on up. So it's a modified side plank. You're going to keep that knee on the ground. Okay. And then place your foot flat on the ground so that you can like almost dig into it. Cool. All right. Your hand can stay here or it comes to your hip. You're going to just try to lift that bottom leg up and tap it down. Lift up, tap down. Lift your knee up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Good. Go for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Lower down. Nice. I just like to take this foot out, stretch it over. Good. And then coming back. It's almost like we're kind of coming to a fallen triangle. So this knee is bent from your stretch already. Just going to extend that leg out to the best of your ability. So if it's straight out, great. If it's a little bit more to diagonal, also fine. Alrighty. You're just going to stretch that leg straight out. Place your hand on the ground. Maybe your hand's here, pressing into that back foot. Here we go. And this is like a fallen triangle type situation. Now you can stay here and hold your plank, or you can try to lift that leg up and tap. 9, 8, try to keep your hips up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lower those hips down. Good. And here you are in your little diagonal. Stretch over into the middle. Your diagonal, your straddle. There we go. Excellent. Sit up a little bit, point your toes, flat back. See if you can come forward again. Awesome. Alrighty. Go ahead and bend that leg back in. Bring your form to the ground. All right, no funny stuff. We're actually going to use our bottom leg as our support this time. Well, funny stuff is relative. All right, place your hand on the ground. Lift up into your side plank. So you're using your knee this time. Yes, so that we can float your leg up off the ground. Good, try to keep your chest open to the side, don't dump to the best of your ability. And then elbow and knee are gonna be in front of you. Yes, meet in front and then extend. Again, try to go slow here, going back to those stability muscles as well as our core. You can even round through your spine a little bit here as you crunch in, or you can keep a nice long spine if you need to. And your hips will drop a little bit down and lift those hips back up. Yes, so let your hips come down just a little bit and then lift them back up as you extend. If you want to add a little extra, you can take that leg back a little bit. Just don't arch your spine. Just a little bit of extra for your glutes. Take back just a hair. Just squeeze your glutes as you do that. Don't arch your back. Good, one more. And lower down. Again, bend that knee, reach up and over. You can flex your foot or you can straighten it. It's up to you. You always wondered how people are able to like reach their toes over here. Here's a cheat. Place your hands, if your hand can be on your foot, look how much higher your new leg is. And you can reach over and grab your arm and just walk yourself down with time. I feel like that's not even on my radar. Totally cool. All right, here we go. We're gonna go one more time on this side plank. Funsies. So go ahead and come on up. Again, we're gonna use this bottom leg. We're gonna lift the top leg. So go ahead and take your chest open to the side. Lift your leg up. And then you're gonna try to touch your toe straight out front. Good. Same thing here. You can send it back just a little bit to get that glute engagement. If you prefer the bent knee, bent elbow, you can do that. Otherwise, reach for those toes. Again, hips can come down just a hair and then press them back up. It's actually a little harder. More weight movement, right? Good. One more. Good. And let those legs come down. Good. Take those legs into a V and fold over. Feet can be flexed or pointed or go through the balls of your feet. Awesome. All right. If your hips are like kind of locking up, just go back to doing some of these. This is a really good way to release your hips. So if you get like a hip cramp, just come back here, see if you can release that hip. Yeah, okay. Alrighty. Whenever you're ready, we got the other side. Holla. Alrighty. Coming into your side plank. Set up that elbow right underneath your shoulder. And then remember, we're going to start lifting your bottom leg. So really have a nice firm foundation through this foot back here. Yeah. And if you're like, that just did not work for me, your foot's right here. You're going to lift up and then you got these. Yeah. But if you can, you're going to extend it long and you're going to lift up. Here we go. Lifting your knee up. 10 and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bending that knee, getting off your elbow. Flex your foot maybe and reach all the way over. Nice stretch here. And I'm using this bottom arm actually to press my chest open to the side more. And take it back up. Alrighty, you're gonna extend that leg long. So remember, it can go straight out or a little bit more at an angle. Kind of depends on your body right now. It's a day by day thing. Alrighty, so plant that bottom foot. Again, you can always be right here if that other one didn't work for you, or if this one doesn't work for you. And then take it up. All right, try to lift that bottom leg for 10. Flex your foot, 9, 8, 7, 6. Oh, shows you have to do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lower down. Flex your feet. Find that V and reach through it. Flex or point your toes. Just in case you're holding your breath, take some deep breaths. Good. And coming back up, those V should be a little easier after all those toe reaches we did. Alrighty, bringing that leg back in, coming to your elbow. All right, this time we're supporting ourselves on this lovely bottom leg. Yes, modified side plank. Now, if you want to be extra, you can do all of this from regular plank. Side plank, that's fine. Otherwise, this is going to be plenty. Amen. So go ahead and take that arm overhead, float that leg up off the ground, and then crunch in, and then extend. So crunching to the front, crunch in, extend. All right, now that you got it, you can round a little bit. Maybe kick that foot back just a hair so you squeeze your glute, don't arch your spine. And then if you want, you can begin to drop your hips a little bit as you crunch in. So try it, drop a little, really lift up. See how that just takes it up a notch. Good, tiny drop and lift up. Tiny drop, lift up. You got this. Really strengthening our hips here and getting our core clearly. And maybe some of us are getting a little bit of glute action here. A nice stretch, right? Side body stretch. Good, go for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Yikes, drop it down. Get off your elbow. Come on up. Ooh. And if you're like, oh, there's that hip cramp, you just take that leg out, yeah? And stretch over to the side. Otherwise, if you were good, you can leave that leg in. My hips is like, ah. Awesome. All right, you ready for the last one? Yes, we are. Okay. Last one on the side plank. We got this. Woo. Mind over matter, right? Okay. As I'm here telling myself, go ahead and lift up. Make sure you're nice and supported on that bottom leg. Good, reaching overhead, leg out long. Remember, you can do knee to elbow or straight. Here, tap and extend. Tap, extend, maybe a tiny kickback. Tap and extend. Tap, extend, keep going. Try and keep your chest open in the side as best you can. And go more, 4 and 3 and 2. Last one. You guys are great. Oh, off that elbow. I suggest if you're on a hardwood floor, you get one of those like planner mats, yes, or you fold this bad boy up a couple times. Maybe the whole dang thing, right? All right, take those legs nice and long and fold over. Ah, nice deep breath. We're out of the side plank business. Life is good. Awesome. Go ahead and come on up. And you're just going to bring those legs in, sit up nice and tall, hands out to the side, taking your right arm up, inhale, exhale over, nice side stretch here. Again, trying to keep your chest open to the side as best you can. And then back up, and other side. And then back up. Excellent. You can extend those legs out long. And then go ahead and take one leg up. Again, you don't have to suck it in super close. You can have it a little out further from you so you have room to twist here. Alrighty, sit up nice and tall. Find that twist, roll open your back shoulder, push your hand behind you. You can hug your knee into the midline or hook it on the outside. Good. Just trying to sit up nice and tall. Good. And then keep your body where it's at. You're just going to release that top arm. Flex your foot, grab your foot, and maybe extend that leg. Maybe all the way, maybe not. And if you feel like it, you can extend your arm out behind you. Good, bend your knee, cross your leg over. Yes. And then if you want, you can kind of like grab your ankle, crossing it over as best you can so that your knees come into a line. So you can also kind of scoot yourself a little bit. And this might be pretty intense on your hips. You can stay here, or you can begin to fold, reaching for that leg. Yeah, if your hips screaming things at you, breathe. Awesome. Come on back up. Just gonna unstack that foot. Good, let it go out long. Maybe kind of like make sure you're on your sit bones here. Take your other leg up, sit up nice and tall. Roll open that back shoulder as you pull that knee in closer to your midline. Again, either hug your knee in or hook your elbow on the outside. Try to sit up tall. Good. Unwind slightly. You're just going to flex your foot up off the ground. Grab for it. You can grab your big toe with your peace fingers or just grab for the inside or the outside. Straighten that leg as best you can. Sit up tall and maybe extend that other arm behind you. Good. And then bend that leg. Cross it over. Back your ankle. Cross it over a little more. Maybe you scooch into it. So try to get your knees in line as best you can. Doesn't have to. It's just what you're aiming for. And then fold on over. Good. Good. You can reach for your toes. You can just plant those hands along your calf. If you're hanging out on this knee, comforting your leg. Good. And then go ahead and come back up. We're just going to stretch out our shoulders because we did a lot on those shoulders with those shoulders today. So go ahead and come into all fours. Take one arm up and then weave it through, coming onto the side of your face. Good. Press on your hand, get it out. And whenever you're ready, taking the other arm up, weave it through. Good. And then bring it back up. You're just going to take your knees wide, toes come together. Just find a child's pose real fast. And walk your hands over to one side again, stretching into those shoulders, your lats. And then just walk it to the other side. Walk it back to center. Good, tuck your toes under. And then come on up. Drop those heels, lift your hips. Bend your knees a little bit, roll all the way up. Excellent. Last stretch, go ahead and reach across. Almost last. I'm gonna stretch you up and over, but we're moving on to our shoulders, yeah? Good. And then switch it out. You can grab anywhere along this arm, just try not to have it up here. Roll it down. Good. You can take your feet just a little bit wider than your hips here. Take those arms up, grab your hand or your wrist, stretch over. And then bring it back up. Switch it out, other side. And then bring it up. You're going to take your thumbs, open up your chest. Take your thumbs back. You can even look back. And then tuck your thumbs under, tuck your chin to your chest. Good, let that go. Just kind of ragdoll side to side. Alrighty, and then working on our balance, which I don't know what happened last time when I said balance. My computer was like, no, or Zoom was like, no, we're gonna do balance. Okay, so go ahead and bring your feet semi together. The closer your feet are, the harder this will be. So if you need to make it easier, you're just gonna step out, okay? All right, roll those shoulders back. Arms are gonna come to a T and lift up as you lift up on those toes. Good, breathe. You have to come back down, come back up. And then lower down. Good, we're gonna hold that for 10 seconds. So here we go, come on up, hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, awesome. Kind of roll through your toes here if you can. Just, be nice. Alrighty, and then I'm gonna choose for just a tree pose here. If you have another balance pose that you want to do, feel free to go for it. Otherwise, find your tree. It can be low or high, but take this hip, bring it up. Okay, and then hold for 10. 5, 3, 2, get taller, 1, and let it go. Other side, here we go. Take it up. Find it, if your toes are on the ground, that's fine. Just know that maybe you can not jam into those toes, right? You're trying to take them off, but they're there if you need it. Okay, otherwise you're on your calf, or you can bring it all the way up. Fix everything, try to bring everything up. Hold for 10. 4, 2, get taller, 1, and like you don't need that other foot, we do though. Place it down on the ground. Good, take a nice big inhale up. Exhale, maybe side out. One more inhale. And exhale. Nice, guys. All right. Hope you had fun. Hope you really felt some of that. And it was also a good stretch. Yay? Okay. I will see you. Actually, Susan will be here next week. She's a treat. She's a joy if you haven't had her before. She's awesome. So definitely come next week and experience something new. Yeah? Okay. Bye.